Alright, so this is going to be your guide for various useful items in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Right now, I am at the Move Relearner. It's the same as always. You hand over a heart scale, and then you just get to remember a long-forgotten move. And this will be on Mount Lanakila, so if you're right next to the Pokemon League, that's pretty much good to go right there. Now, here's the crazy thing. I had plans to make this guide, and then I was also working on my other money-making guide, so we have this clip from that money-making guide, which kind of snowballed into this item guide as well. So the video might feel a little weird. That's because things happened and I wasn't ready for it. And then there is the Sushi High Roller in Malaya City, so it sounds very reminiscent of X and Y, that in X and Y, the Sushi High Roller was the best way of making money in Pokemon Sun and Moon, but it did take quite a lot to invest into, and... okay, that's... okay, like, the way that it was in Pokemon, is this even a battle anymore? Like, in the way it was in Pokemon X and Y, that you could actually battle and stuff, and then, like, you would get money in return from the battles, which helped pay for your meal, and then you got, like, ball mushrooms that you could sell it, and you could make insane amount of profits, get insane— oh my god, this is absolutely beautiful, though. Alright, so it looks like this is actually just a wonderful sushi restaurant. And did that accomplish anything? Do I get, like, happiness for my Pokemon or something? There we go. So we're going to get some heart scales? Can I do that again? Like, is this repeatable? Does it take it off the menu or something? Wait a sec. Does it matter what I get? Okay, am I going to get another item from this one? Okay, we're going to see what we get. Whoa, hello. What is going on? Thank you for coming. Oh, hey, Nanu. Yeah, I guess we're, oh, yeah, okay, it looks like we're having a meal. Is this going to be a battle? What is going on? That this is so different from what I expected. Am I going to get more? Do people just randomly join? Dude, he is going to town right there on that sushi. I want sushi right now. That's like my favorite thing ever. So, are we going to get heart scales, or are we going to get a different item this time? No need for this nonsense. He's going to 8 hearts. What? This is the greatest thing ever. Am I okay? I guess he took all the heart scales. Does this just happen randomly? Does it matter which? I'm gonna get the Ronin set again. Do you get? It looks like you get heart scales for all of these. So heart scales okay. So heart scales are 1,000 each, and it looks like there's like a random chance that randomly someone else just appears, and then you get double the heart scales. Okay, that's just broken. So yeah, welcome back to the rest of the item guide. Effectively, you can buy heart scales now. I was actually farming them off Love Disc before that video to prepare for this video, and then also make sure I'd never run out of heart scales. But now it's never worry. That's like the greatest feature Game Freak has ever put in, that you just drop some money whenever you need to relearn a move, and then you're good to go. So right now, I'm also doing held item farming. So that's going to be another method of obtaining rare items. Munchlax is a great example. So with Munchlax, you can find it right here on Route 1 in this bottom area. And what that is going to do is it is going to let you get an infinite amount, effectively, of leftovers. So Munchlax has a 100% hold rate on leftovers. So what I did was I just started doing an SOS battle, because it's always going to keep calling a Munchlax. So there we go. I can use a Thief on that Munchlax. I'll knock it out, but then I will go and steal its leftovers. And then you might say, well, I can't steal anymore because I can't bag it, or I can't do anything like that. Here's where things start to get fun. That what you can do is just bring a full team of Pokemon that know Thief, and then you can get as many, well, you can get 6 of those items at one time. Now, Munchlax is a 5% encounter rate, and it didn't really take me too long to find this Munchlax, actually. It was like on the 8th encounter or something, so I got fairly lucky. But that means you can effectively do the same thing, and you just wait for it to keep on calling for help. So didn't call for help this time. I actually didn't use an Adrenaline Orb. It did that on the first turn. So you can just use Adrenaline Orbs, wait for it to keep calling for help and stuff. Now that one will eventually gain health, which makes it harder. But I just let off with a False Swipe Pokemon, dropped it down to 1. Help does not appear this time, and then you just kind of have to wait around and let the good times happen. So let's go and use a Paralyze Heal, because my Sneasel, oh, that didn't work. My Sneasel was paralyzed. I misclicked right there. We'll just wait until it calls help again, and then I'll have another Munchlax appear. And you only need 5 SOS technically, because then you just knock out the last Munchlax, because it always has that leftovers. So I'll just do that. Like, whenever you can, you just go and get the item like that. So land it, knows Thief, that Munchlax, and the GG. Now, as you might have noticed, yeah, some of my Pokemon are fairly weak and underleveled. I just grabbed like the first 5 Pokemon in my box that could learn Thief, but the idea is there. So that one, you don't even need to KO the Pokemon because you can also just kind of keep bouncing around. So Slandic grabbed that one. Now I'm going to go into my Meowth, a little bit higher level. So what I can do is I can use this Meowth to KO the Munchlax on the right. That is going to give me leftovers, and that is effectively how you can item farm it really well in Pokemon Summon. Like, if you have a full team of Thief users, you can get multiple items in a really fast amount of time, or a really short amount of time. And then as we can see right here, there is a long list of Pokemon that can give away various items depending on what you have. Now, the odds will change. That's either 50%, 5%, or 100% depending on the wild Pokemon. And for a full list, you can go and see it on Cerebi. But also, if, like, say you're looking for an item specifically, you know, like you Google Light Ball, and then you see, like, held by wild Pikachu, and then it's like 5% or something like that. Eventually, you can kind of piece together that the Pokemon will hold it. Then you just need to find that Pokemon for a battle, and you can get all kinds of different items this way. Moonstones, very useful. Now, I'm not going to scroll through and tell you about every individual item, but you can get some really good ones. Everstones are very useful. That I think on the Boulder, Control F, that Boulder and Roggenrola, they have a 50% chance of having the Everstone. So you might just get it on your first one and you don't have to even do an SOS battle unless you want multiple Everstones. That way you can just kind of keep Everstones on all of your Ditto or something, for example, and then you'll be able to pass the nature of like a varying amount of Dittos really easily. Then we see things like the Metal Coat for Evolution, Electrolyzer, Magmarizer, just some useful items as you scroll down the Focus Band. Some people can choose to use that item and do some trolling right there, but it's just varying things. This is also a way of getting the seeds that interact with terrain and stuff. You can get Grassy Seed, 5% chance off the Bounce Suite. You can get the Misty Seed, 5% chance off of the Comfey, and other Pokemon like the what is this one right here? The Togedemaru, 5% chance for the Electric Seed. So the idea is that you just need to start an SOS battle, keep thieving things. Once you get the item, switch into another Thief Pokemon, and then you will be good to go from there. So those are just some of the ways of getting some of the other rare items that if it shows that a Pokemon can have it as a held item, this is going to be the best way of doing it through SOS and then multiple Thief Pokemon. Also, I know everyone wants to know how to get the Destiny Knot, and there's 2 ways of getting Destiny Knot. One is going to be through pickup. I know it says Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but Pokemon Sun and Moon, the tables are effectively the same, at least for the Destiny Knot. That has been confirmed that you can get Destiny Knot off of the pickup Pokemon. So you might want to get some really high level pickup Pokemon that once you get over level 50, there's a chance Destiny Knot will appear. And then the 61 through 70 has slightly better odds, but it's still very rare. So you have to do a lot of battles. You can also have 4, 5, 6 Pokemon with pickup, farming it at the same time, trying to get some items. You can also get some very useful things. I believe that that's going to be like the PP up. So PP up comboed with all that is going to give you some stuff. You can also get the leftovers this way, even though we can get 6 right now. Rare candies are always useful. Some of the other evolutionary stones could work out, or you could go to the Royal Avenue. Royal Avenue is going to have all of these different battle items as well. Now, some of these, like the Quick Claw and the leftovers, that we can actually get off of wild Pokemon. So if you want to save your battle points, this could be a good way of doing it. Same for the Everstone. And then you can use it on things that you need to spend it on, like the power items and some of these other things. So Icy Rock, Smooth Rock, Heat Rock, and Damp Rock. I don't believe that any Pokemon have that, so it's just a lot of searching. I just see the King's Rock over and over again. Okay, so yeah, I think those were held items in the past, but it doesn't look like those are currently. But the Destiny Knot, you can just straight up buy that for 48 battle points. So if you'd rather get the battle points than training up all the pickup Pokemon, I think that that would be a faster method right there. But just note that some of the items that you want will be purchasable for battle points instead. Now, you might have noticed a lack of a lot of items, such as the Choice Items, Life Orb, Weakness Policy, the things that you expect to buy with BP. Those will not be purchasable on Royal Avenue. Those will be from the Battle Tree. So the Battle Tree, that's where you find all of the other classic battle items and evolutionary items that you couldn't have found. Now, most of these will be obtainable through wild Pokemon as well. Then we can see some other things like the PP Max. Yo, that's actually pretty nice. Complete a 40 win streak and return the next day. Yo, like that's new. Same on the bottle caps and stuff. So you can get some really good stuff. Landstat Berry, Starf Berry. So there's really good items combinations right there. And then you can also go and buy Mega Stones at the Battle Tree. If you want to get an upgrade for your Porygon, you can head on over to the Aether House. That there'll be an employee there that will give you the upgrade as well as a Porygon. So just in case you're saying, well, I don't have a Porygon, so what good is upgrade going to be for me? Well, Aether has you covered. So it's going to be the employee that's right behind this door. All you got to do is head over and talk to them, and then you're going to be able to do this. So boom, precious show of gratitude, Porygon, and then they're going to slide you in that extra upgrade just for the swag right there. It's also a Mimikyu in the corner, which is pretty adorable. And now that you have Porygon, but you need the Porygon 2 into the Porygon Z, trade it with the upgrade, and then trade it with the Dubious Disc, and you'll be able to get your Porygon Z that way. Dubious Disc will be attainable back at the main Aether Paradise. Defeat Faba after completing the game. So pretty much, after you complete the game, you can talk to Faba. He's like, I will battle this kid, and I will beat him. You beat him, and then he's going to give you a Dubious Disc for that. And lastly, I want to end with an Everstone that's pretty free right there. So I don't know exactly when this unlocks. I've already beaten the game. Pretty much as a rule of thumb, if you're watching a guide for Pokemon, just understand that's probably like late game stuff, or that the timings might be a little off. So I came back, and you can go to Illima's house, and then you can go and fight some Pokemon. So if you battle him again and you defeat him, he will give you the Everstone. So that means you can get Everstone without any thief shenanigans, or without trying to do any kind of battle point stuff. Also, to get the TM Thief, just head back to the first trial once you have unlocked Tauros, and it's that glorious Pokeball. You know, you see the gold TM Pokeball taunting you during the Raticate fight, or whatever totem Pokemon you have. You see it taunting you, so then you head up, and then you can get the thief like that. Then you can teach it to certain Pokemon, and then start stealing items off of people. But then you can just get the Everstone through this battle, which is usable for breeding and all kinds of other stuff like that. So there we go, guys. Just a various mashup of different items and different stuff that you can get in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Also, I'd imagine that since his level is really low, this is like immediately after the trials, you can challenge him again. But yeah, that's just all the crazy items you can get in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Just a lot of talking to people, battling Pokemon, getting battle points. It's all that late game stuff that eventually you'll realize, oh, I need an item. How do I get it? Hopefully I can get it pretty effectively right there. I'm just still blown away by the purchasable heart scales. All those hours of my life I have spent for heart scales, because when you're making tons of competitive Pokemon, when you're switching around movesets and stuff, oh man, I forgot this move to change my moveset, I realized this move's better, go and relearn it, you get like egg moves and stuff, you try to make sure everything comes back together and it works out. Well, there we go. Now you can just buy a couple at a time, and you don't have to worry about farming Love Disc forever. Even now with fishing, you can fish up the odd heart scale, but that's still way better in every way. And then, here we go. Or once we head back to the room, he'll go and give us the Everstone. So we go, guys. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hopefully this helps you get any item that you need in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching. Boom. Oh yeah, also I didn't really say the location of Illima's house. It's that giant mansion that's in Howlia City that you pretty much just go all the way to the left. You go past the hedges, talk to his dad, and then you can start the battle there. Boom.